Source Hunter. A sight for... I know you're probably knee-deep in that awful murder. We've been conducting a series of expeditions. Lieutenant Selenia, at your service. I'm Captain Now, I certainly don't mind a bit of healthy competition, and that is exactly what your presence in Sicil is, Source Hunter. A gift for the undead. I pitied them at first. Many among them were once kind and innocent. The bravest among my men and women tell me they are weaker in the west and stronger in the east. So I suggest you head west. I shall be very glad to share what information I can give. If ever we want to be victorious in Sicil, we have to track... 3 landmarks were chosen for further investigation. There's a lighthouse to the west, up on the bluffs. The locals say it's haunted, and half a dozen legionnaires have gone. There are ancient burial grounds to be found north of the city. A local archaeologist offered to tag along with the men. My legionnaires. They all perished. There's a church to the northeast of here, built atop the very place where one... All superstitious mumbo-jumbo. For 2 years, all news has been bad. Still, I thank you for telling me, Source Hunter. No. So I did. The Pact of Volunteers. The chances of survival during these sorties are only about...
Ha! Now it is!
Ahoy, sailor! Aye, that Cecil's worse than old. For my part, wouldn't hurt to ask some of my men. I tried myself. But sailors tend to be a bit tight-lipped. Those orcs must be out of... I'll tell you, the only time I'd...
Loopy Legionnaire really thinks that orky charm loves
Is
him.
that Bertie?
I wouldn't let an orc within 500 yards
Yes,
of my
sir.
own nature.
As fine a specimen as one of her stock,
Ever
sir.
heard about the time the captain took the Duchess of Fennel's carriage for the job?
Heard anything about the... Don't know the details of it myself. I'm more in the business of making deliveries than of asking questions. In this particular...
Sauce was too busy dodging fireballs to...
Sauce? Now that you mention it, I noticed Dietmar, a fellow merchant travelling with us, carrying a sealed box off the ship during the attack. At the time, I figured he was just a... Well, sure, I saw him slip off the ship, but I haven't...
Heard anything about the whereabouts of the mag... What? That weasel has it for sure. But I'm sure he'll make a run for it, probably by boat. I'd look for him on an out-of-sight beach somewhere.
Oh, how nice it... Pray, I am but an aged elf that is... You would listen to my hot spiced wine and a snug little room.
So, what's the bad news? More orcs? This here's my family business. Yes, sad story, that. Though if I just concern myself with giving the remains a respectable... What about it? Didn't I just say we gave it a... So, what's the bad news?
Nervous as a squirrel. I'm certain he's hiding
What do you think you're doing? So, what's the bad news? More orcs rampaging through the docks? Or are those infernal
They say he's pretty ancient arcane secrets. Let's go check out the
Hello.
once or twice.
Go on, see what's going on.
So lust will be beaten. Ah, you have come. My name is Eglandir Twil Salanar. The game, yes! The elves of Gandavum. They lived in peace. Oh, yes. All undone. Every last one of us. I may be frail, a withered grey, but the wealth of I have tracked her down by the curse of the spine spear I have. She does not know her ill-shapen son is setting fast. color the dusk red. Yes, Victoria. The orcs of Gazuldaga. They knew my name. Oh, yes. Her name is that of a woman, her employment that of a civilized being. But by the Victoria, librarian, daughter. Here I wait for thee in the dark. But the stab shall bring the light.
That was quite the radical change we witnessed. I never would have thought that the...
He is as much a savage as those orcs.
Indeed, Victoria probably...
May the seven keep you.
I am on the trail, Source Hunter.
Here lies Jacques, the oldest man in Sicile. Get off my
In memory
Jack
of Loni.
Death lies on her, like an untimely frost.
Here lies Jake.
Sweetest flower.
Please do not disturb.
What trickery is this? That's not Jake.
It's a rotting sheep's corpse.
Rest in peace.
It seems
darling.
someone snatched Jake's body.
So, what's the bad news?
A sheep? That's...
I suppose you're right. At least if I tell you myself, you'll hear that I buried that blasted sheep. But I swear on my lucky left foot, I had nothing to do with that body. In its place was a sack containing more. My business has been declining right alongside. I knew I had to bury something or risk being found out. So that night, I stole into the market and made... Now, you can imagine I've spent more than my share of restless nights wondering who could have wanted that cadaver and for what purpose. I'm not an inch closer to imagining the why. Plenty of us shopkeepers entrust the mayor with the spare keys to our businesses. He could have used it to sidle in without a... Aureus himself paid me a visit the night the body was delivered. Can't see why he'd bothered to go through... I know it sounds strange suspecting the doctor's apprentice of something so ghoulish as this. It was she who delivered Jake's body from the inn to the mortuary. It seemed she could barely contain her thoughts. And this may or may not have anything to do with the whole rigmarole. But her master, Dr. Theller, I never saw a widow less. It was she who rang my bell just before the body was snatched. Lured me outside, claiming that gold's the only good thing to come out of this blasted affair. And I certainly plan on making some use of it. You know, I reckon Bertia really...
What? Oh, it's you! What news? Someone wants to see Victor. Hear you me. You must stop that dog by any means necessary. As mayor of Sicil, you have my permission to take drastic... Oh, yes, the fabulous... That machine Ahu built is an abomination. It must be stopped at all costs. Jake? Murdered, you say? Oh, yes. Yes, of course. Now I remember. Well, I'm...
Jageta, friend. Kira is sore. Oh, do pardon my language, my friend. Does he not see that I am now the one who is to be wronged? So, let us approach the situation with reason and ask ourselves, where do we go from here? My amulet? But it is Haxmagi, a sacred token that houses the presence of my ancestors. No, I cannot part with my talisman, the keepsake of my soul.
The Pseudo-Monarchia Daemonum, and the first edition too. Most promising. No, this isn't the grimoire I'm looking for. The Pseudo-Monarchia Daemonum, and the first edition too. Most promising.
You may try and trick me out of...
And the first edition...
Jageta, friend. Yes? Have you displeased? Do not press me any further. With the power of Haxmagi, I will never part. Leg Fizoda! Yes, a capital notion. Let him... It would probably be better if you, rather than I, informed Captain Aureus, though. He bears little goodwill toward me ever since my more savage brethren have been marauding the beaches and killing his legionnaires.
Oh, what now? Whom would you have the Legion arrest? The elf.
He wants us to kill Victoria.
It's true.
So, he wants you to kill that savage the mayor calls his daughter, does he? Hardly seems... As I suspected.
He already came clean and expressed his remorse.
Right you are. So come...
Why bring up the subject of arresting someone if you don't dare go through with it? Oh, still not finished with that. It was stolen. Gods, he has a lot to answer for. But not as much as the one that did the bribing in the first place. I guess your mission is pretty clear, isn't it? Off you go to... You suspect the mayor? Dear Evelyn? Master Theriron's apprentice? Nice lass, huh? You dare stand here and accuse...
Sauce hunters, eh? If you've got a favourite sheep... Oh, Ogre, you're rotten to the bone. That louse! Did he even...
Snake, wing of worm.
Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes...
But... Oh, a sauce... No matter. Me? It was I who cured the Duchess of Arata Not to mention that it's been my Yes, yes. She's in the other room as we speak. Perhaps she's gotten hold of a stone. She claims to have gotten the relic from a little northern... Utter rubbish, I say. But well, she's certainly possessed... I expect she'll be a very Certainly, what would you like to know? The counsellor, from what I can tell, it seems to be a simple... I've applied myself. I declare it an act of...
Healing stone. Interesting indeed.
Nothing sets me on edge like inexplicable magic.
Which of you is more deserving?
That relic of Evelyn's, the so-called... One look at that gem will be enough to convince me it's no force of good, but a bloodstone through and through. I've come across such a stone before. Bloodstone. If that stone is what I suspect...
Excuse me? This is a private... Oh, I'm sorry. I'm an apprentice of the healing arts. I've been racking my brain trying to decide on... What would you like to know? One of the brave few willing to traverse the... Thankfully for him, a cat quite the venerable staple of Sicile, Stephen. And nearly everyone in Sicile is familiar with grinning Stephen. And, as you can imagine, he's... Is that so? Well, I handled the corpse myself, indeed. But I hardly knew the man in life. I was shocked when Ahu asked me to... I arrived at the inn, where the body lay just where it had fallen. The injuries were like nothing I'd ever seen. I personally delivered the corpse the short distance to the mortician's house. Yes, a curious relic indeed. I myself was nothing if not... But it's strange. The stone is... You are? Ah, I thank...
Boris's life has just begun. We can't cut it short now.
Yes.
Boris it is? Yes. No, this is highly abnormal. What is this? This lightning!
I feel no pleasure in bidding you farewell, friend.
Thank you. Sorry. That strange reaction you caused. Blue light.
I'm feeling stronger already. What will I do? What won't? And after I've climbed every mountain in Riverland, I'll see you around.
Can't say I didn't want to live. Enjoy what remains of your...